Hello, ladies and gents. So we've got a brand new clip from the Batman. It's basically a whole scene. So I thought we'd watch it together. It's the funeral scene where he gets a message from the Riddler. So I thought we'd watch it because I'm amped for this. I'm genuinely excited. Before we do, ladies and gents, please do check out my second channel. It's if you're into cars, you're into the gym, you're into just vlogs and stuff like that. Please do check it out. It's in the description box. Check it out. It's a good channel. I like it. Obviously, I'm going to say that, but check it out. Also, memberships and Patreon and all that good stuff. So, here is it was an advert basically, like it was a YouTube advert. Again, which is, I mean, cool, great. Like I'm happy about it. Like how again, yes, more of all of this, please. Thank you very much. So, let's take a look, shall we? And just decipher it, dissect it. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright claimed. Shouldn't do, it's an advert. But you never know.
You're not doing anything. If I'm elected, I want to change that.
If elected...
I'm gonna go pay my respects. Will you wait for me? I'm gonna continue this.
This is the mayor's funeral. He's seeing himself.
Excuse me, Chief. Can I talk to you? Gil Coulson is missing.
What?
Hasn't been heard from since last night.
Christ, not again.
Hey, Mr. Wayne.
You got people looking for him, Jim?
Sent a couple guys to his house. Nothing.
What did his wife say?
She hadn't heard from him.
I like the no music. It's really good. Because then when something happens, it's very impactful. That's good. It's really good. Very well done.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car and show your hands! Get out!
Just the subtle dum dum dum. Very good. Very good.
Get him up! Get out, show him!
Gave me goosebumps. You can feel it. The tension.
Christ, it's Coulson.
There's a bomb around his desk!
Wow.
Let's clear this place out now!
Fuck me.
The Batman. Really
That is very, very well done. Really well done. Wow. So I think we'll watch it again in a moment, but and I want to give you my take homes first. The complete lack of music, of score, aside from what we're hearing in world. So they come in and you can hear, you church music. You can hear it. Very, very well done. Because it draws us into the characters a lot more. Makes us feel we're there with them as opposed to watching a spectacle. And then when you feel like you're there with characters, when something happens, they hear something outside, they hear a commotion, something smashes through, you get a greater sense of that tension that's drawing you in. Really well done. And then to go from that just to the subtle beats that were appearing when the police swarmed in, put up your hands, get out the car. He's got a bomb on him. That was very well done as well. The sound design is very nicely done on this. Quite expertly put together, I would say. Very, very nicely done. So we'll watch that again. But that's the first take home. The framing's really nice. Is well shot. I mean, this alone is great. The rule of thirds. You split the camera into thirds, right? Like, this is a bit difficult because they're different sizes, so one's taller than the other. But they've matched it up relatively well. The thirds of the frame. So the framing's really well done. This is pretty low res, so in terms of the color grading and the quality and stuff, it's a little bit difficult to tell. But the sort of washed out nature of the color grade, I think, makes it look quite nice. And we know that that's not throughout the whole film, right? Like, they have that opposing with nice vibrant colors. Still somewhat dour and gritty, but warm tones from the Penguin's club that he's in, and as the sunlight comes over the graveyard and things like that, they pair it quite nicely with that. So I think this is good use of color grading on this particular scene, because you are dealing with death, so the tones are quite washed out, and I think that works really well. But we'll watch it again because that was spectacular. Just seeing the Riddler up there, not wearing a mask or anything. Obviously only does that when he's doing his actual live streams, because apparently he live streams some of the murders and things. Yeah, menacing. You do get a sense of it being much more than just a comic book movie, right? You do get that horror tone, that sort of crime thriller, and I think that's what's going to set this apart.
You're not doing anything. If I'm elected, I want to change that.
So she's a mayoral candidate. This is the mayor's funeral. So that's a mayoral candidate.
My God.
So again, framing.
I want to change that.
Nice. Like, pretty much straight away, who is center frame here? Bruce Wayne, and then the boy. So I need to watch both of these characters right now. Something's going to happen here. So that's really well done from a technical perspective. I also quite like, and this may just be a coincidence, but it's still worth pointing out, I like how the white backdrop behind Bruce Wayne makes him stand out a lot more. There's a deeper contrast, whereas if you look at everyone else, there's no one else that stands out quite as much as Bruce Wayne. He's framed quite expertly, in front of a white background. And in fact, as well,
Elected, I want to change that.
in this frame here specifically, that Gothic architecture, it almost looks like it's giving him an angelic aura. I know that sounds a bit dumb, but it does. That is an angelic-based aura kind of thing. Just worth noting, some of these things, the symbolism throughout, it is there.
My God. I'm gonna go pay my respects. Will you wait for me? I want to continue this.
And you also got to remember the psychological aspect of this. He's seeing himself in this boy that's lost his parent, or a parent anyway. There'll be a certain amount of that, as well as the protector Batman element in there.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Chief. Can I talk to you? Gil Coulson is missing.
What?
He hasn't been heard from since last night.
Christ, not again.
Hey, Mr. Wayne.
Because he's a recluse, isn't he? So I like that. Nice, he's, seeing him here. But it's interesting, you can see Gordon obviously doesn't know who he is.
You got people looking for him, Jim?
Sent a couple guys to his house. Nothing.
What does his wife say?
She hadn't heard from him.
And you see, just hearing the church music, you can't hear much, but you start to feel a bit more claustrophobic in, and then you can hear this commotion outside. Very well done. And the screams, again, it draws you in. And they linger just enough on these scenes of people standing up. It's not so frantic, because it wouldn't be. It's actually quite realistic. It's not, people aren't, they're not as terrified as they should be when these things happen. And it's not frantic. And that's really well done. Look at them, they're just standing up going, oh, what's going on? Like, mate, You can hear commotion outside. Like, what are you doing? Sort it out. Yeah, again, they get up in stages. It's very realistic, which not a lot of movies do that. And then just coming in with the string music. And so this is an interesting one, isn't it? Like the framing of this character up above. You know, I guess you could almost view it as him viewing him. Again, we're talking symbolism. Yeah, a bit wanky, I don't care. He views himself as a savior, I would imagine, to this city. You know, he's exposing the corrupt nature of Gotham City. So he views himself as doing good in this scenario. And you can see it, you know, the framing here, I think, reflects that. He views himself as a good guy, and Batman as a bad guy. Or Bruce Wayne as a bad guy. Again, great framing. Center. 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 Just that build up, Yeah, very nice. And I tell you what, that's quite a run from Robert Pattinson. He's legitimately running there. Like, he's going for it. Like, that is a run. I know that sounds dumb, but a lot of people look garbage when they run on screen. Like, look at Tom Cruise running, for instance. I like this. There's just enough splits between certain frames. There's just enough angles that they're cutting between and then cutting back up to here. There's just enough of that. It's not too frantic. It's nicely, from a filming perspective, it's nicely done. With a film like this, you could run the risk of wanting to do too much, and less is more here, and they've nailed it. Framing, middle frame, perfect, great. Gone. And then you can hear the beats come in. The beats are coming in.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car and show your hands!
The emotion on Gordon, the anger. You can hear it, the anger. Good.
Get out!
And Bruce Wayne is around just enough. He's there just enough.
Get him up! Get out, show him!
It's good, like the inflection, just the subtle break in the voice. It's good.
Christ, it's Coulson.
There's a bomb around the set!
And that would happen as well. People would genuinely be terrified when a phone rings, because obviously they're used as detonation devices. Perfect.
Let's clear this place out now!
You can see the anger on his face. It's a really nice scene. It's really good. Love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today on Sunday. What do you think of the scene? Are you hyped? I'm hyped. Cheers. Take care.